Not many actresses have attracted the amount of attention Marlene Dietrich attracted during her life, and even death. She is fondly remembered mainly for her humanitarian efforts during the war, and at her funeral, the officiating priest had remarked she lived like a soldier and would like to be buried like a soldier. And even her coffin was military style. She lived a truly incredible life, which is why today we are going to be talking about the life, career, and death of Marlene Dietrich, her dedication to the fight against Nazism, and how she strove to make the world a better place. Before we go on, remember to subscribe to this channel so that amazing stuff like this doesn't pass you by. All done? Let's get the party started. Early life. She was born on 27th of December 1901 to Louis Erich Otto Dietrich, a police lieutenant, and Wilhelmina Elizabeth Josephine, who was from a wealthy Berlin family that dealt in jewelry and clockmaking. She has a sister, Elizabeth, who was a year older than she was. At the age of 6, she lost her father, and her father's best friend, Edward von Losch, a first lieutenant in the Grenadiers, courted her mother and married her. But he never adopted the Dietrich girls, so they didn't have to change their surname. He died 2 years later from injuries sustained during the First World War, leaving her mother to take care of the girls, with a pretty fortune. Did you know that Dietrich wasn't born Marlene? Her family nicknamed her Leen or Lena, and at the age of 11, she combined her first two names, Marie and Magdalene, to form the name Marlene, and it has stuck since then. In 1918, she graduated from the Victoria Louise Schule, known today as Goethe Gymnasium, and developed a liking for poetry and music, with a special interest in the violin. But a wrist injury crushed her hopes of becoming a concert violinist. She still got a job playing the violin in the pit orchestra, but she got fired, barely 4 weeks later. This was a wake-up call that turned her interest towards acting instead. For someone who had no talent acting, stay tuned as we reveal how she managed to conquer the industry successfully. Career. She started out as a chorus girl on tour for vaudeville-style entertainments. Then she auditioned for Max Reinhardt's Drama Academy, which was unsuccessful. But she did, however, get to work in his theaters as a chorus girl and played small roles in dramas. She appeared in her first film, The Little Napoleon, in 1923, where she played a small role. In the same year, she was offered a role in Tragedy of Love, another small role, but a very important one, because that is where she met her husband, Rudolf Seiber. She continued to appear in several other movies and was slowly gaining recognition on the silver screens, first for her incredible beauty and then her acting performance. She continued to learn over the years and was soon handed a few important roles. Her big break came in 1929, when she was spotted by the renowned Joseph von Sternberg in a Berlin cabaret. She passed her screen test and was offered the major role of a cabaret singer in The Blue Angel in 1930. The film was a huge success, which prompted von Sternberg to take her to Hollywood, the place where stars were made. She signed a contract with him under Paramount Pictures, which allowed him to produce all her movies, and generally be in charge of her career. After her first Hollywood film, Morocco, her career soared like a rocket on hydrogen fuel, and soon enough she was named the highest earning actress of her time. Von Sternberg was the catalyst of her successful career, as he coached her into the amazing actress she became, working effectively to create the image of the mysterious yet glamorous femme fatale. She had to put up with his sometimes overbearing attitude and numerous directions, which a number of other performers had run away from. He put her on rigorous routines that made her lose weight, and selected the roles she appeared in. As annoying as it seemed, it was working, so she stuck with it. Their most successful film together was Shanghai Express, which was later named the highest grossing film of the year. Paramount Pictures eventually fired von Sternberg, and her career came to a screeching halt. She revived her career and made some hugely successful movies, including The Garden of Allah and Night Without Armor, which made her one of the best paid actors at the time. She later revealed that she had been approached by some German extremist party officials who offered her an incredibly lucrative role if she would return to Germany to star in their film, which she declined and applied for American citizenship instead. Personal life. Dietrich was known for her strong political convictions and was never shy to speak up against the wrongdoings of the German extremist group. In the late 1930s, she used her entire salary from one of her highest-paying movies to help the refugees, and using her influence was able to get them to safety. She was known to take extended tours for the USO, performing for the Allied troops, and living amongst them, sharing their struggles. She was labeled a traitor and was threatened a whole lot during her lifetime. After the war, she received a Medal of Freedom in November 1947 for her extraordinary record entertaining troops overseas during the war. Aside from her countrymen, everyone loved Dietrich for her selfless service. She received several other medals equivalent to the Medal of Honor from countries like France and Israel, with several other awards from the US government. She was married to von Sternberg, with whom she had a child. They only lived together for 3 years, but remained married until his death in 1976. She is known for her several relations, especially with co-star and directors, male and female alike. She had an exquisite style, and was known for wearing trousers frequently. Edith Head had once mentioned that she knew more about fashion than anyone else, despite Dietrich's claims that clothes are born, and she does not dress for fashion. She was dubbed the world's most glamorous grandmother, after her daughter birthed a son. She maintained her glamorous look from her career with the help of temporary facelifts, expert makeups, and wigs. Last years and death. She suffered a series of leg fractures during the final years of her career as a stage performer, one of which left her bedridden. She spent the last 13 years of her life in her house, where only a select few were allowed to come see her. She kept in contact with her friends and associates through letter writing and telephone calls, and was still actively involved in politics. Her daughter and grandson revealed that she racked up telephone bills of almost $3,000 monthly. She died on May 6, 1992, from kidney failure at the age of 90. Her funeral was packed full of guests, including dignitaries from several countries. Her coffin was draped with the French flag and American flag, in honor of her contributions. She was laid to rest in Berlin, close to the grave of her mother, near the house where she was born, as per her wishes. And with this, we have come to the end of today's video. Let us know how much you enjoyed this video in the comments below, and do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more amazing stuff. See you next time!